Hi, old beaver! Away!
Welcome, everybody! Yes! It is I, Agro. Enjoying some Halloween spirit, am I? With my beautiful friend, Godfather. Welcome, Godfather!
Thank you, and very spooky Halloween season it is, as we are going to play some TF2 with Halloween events. You ready to go?
Yes! screamfortress.tf! That's a wonderful, exciting experience for us all to enjoy this evening. Not just for the kiddies, it's for everybody! Yes, everybody!
Alrighty, and here we go, getting live in-game, both teams readying up. North America readying up with 8 players, though. So we'll see if that plays a part in their gameplay.
Well, indeed, North America doing something unusual. Perhaps it will be reflected in their weapons. Perhaps in their style of play. Who can tell? Who can tell?
Do you want to take this first mid here? I'm going to check on the medics.
Indeed I shall! I'm going to try and maintain this voice for the entirety of the cast, but I'll probably give it up in just a few moments. Look, we're seeing Barcode for first place. Somebody who's changed their name for Halloween, or possibly the location of everything for Halloween. Maybe they're not real humans, maybe they're all zombies, but they're going at it with hell and leather. Ooh, hell and leather.
That was a gigantic crit rocket, I believe, from Barcode right there, taking out most of the EU team as the rest of North America cleans up on this mid. Down a man, not running a spy, but dominant with the ping advantage, so I don't know. What do you think of this EU performance so far? Not too great.
I don't know. I mean, they're a man up and still can't do any winning. I think that they are being possessed, I tell you, possessed by spirits of players far weaker than themselves. Perhaps it's Brexit getting to them. It gets to us all eventually, you know.
I guess so, I don't know. It looks like Blue's playing back here, trying to send a spy in, but North America's just going to walk in and cap second. Not too much action after that first mid fight. Yeah, North America just plowing forward.
Saving it all for the fight at the end. A little bit of Fizio action there. Trying to get in a sneaky backstab. But no, his advances were unwelcomed. And he was burned at the stake.
Yeah, let's see. What do you think of this defense so far? You got your heavy playing left. Oh, the Uber comes in, though. And the crits are powerful. On the demo, not getting anything though.
Indeed, Belgium going at that sentry gun, trying to make a difference, and it's not going to be his round. Spooky Leone is a fantastic sniper, and there we are. This NA team has been pushed back all the way to second. Med being utterly and completely destroyed by this Uber, this quiet little avengeful Uber.
Almost a full wipe there! Just getting some spawners up for North America, but they just got absolutely annihilated after a failed Uber on the crit streak. What do you think of the crit streak play? It didn't work out too well.
Their bones were turned to churn. It was destruction as far as the eye could see, and this eye, let me tell you, could see quite far.
Monoculus coming in and making it easier to see. All of the frags coming in so far, and it looks like Physio goes down, Sayo. Yep. Not a lot of action though.
Indeed, Cuba is hanging back, trying to keep his med alive, which is futile and useless when he's up against Marco for first place, taking out that med, pushing forward deeper and stronger into the enemy team.
Cuba tried to go deep there and he got pushed back by, I think, a spell. Trying to adapt to the spells and all the spookiness happening on this map is definitely proving difficult for some players. Seeing in chat that spell, Barcode not very happy with it.
Indeed. Well, I should respond to chat, and they've been telling me that I've been doing all of the cringe on the casting, so I'll revert back to my normal voice now. You had your chance. Here we go.
Right.
Yeah, indeed. Well, I mean, what part of the thing that's going to make this entire thing difficult, not only to cast, but actually to play, is the involvement of spells. We've seen it being utilized to its maximum in these pushes, but every player realistically needs to pick up one of these spells and be forearmed and forewarned.
Also, not to mention the crit pumpkins, you just saw a sniper go down and Cuba picked up that pumpkin, tried to get a flare off onto the enemy combo, but that's just free damage at that point. And is that an Uber? That's the crit coming out from North America, but it's denied by a spell. Of course.
A spell? I mean, how could you can't think of these things. You can't react to them in time. Like, a spell is the thing that's going to knock you sideways because there's no warning, there's no build-up, there's no
flying heavy.
So, flying heavy?
Watching Lotnik fly into the sky with the Tomislav, and he just jumped over a wall and walked at the combo. He didn't get much, but it's too random. You don't know what you never know what to expect.
I say life is like a box of spells. I'm not who sells that, but it's true. So, like, I mean, we're holding off, and EU is doing a valiant job of holding off. They've already held off like this point twice already, and they're putting all of the efforts into making sure that they're ready for whenever the next attack comes. But as you say, I mean, the amount of available spells is significantly less when you're being held into your own spawn room.
Right, exactly.
Brother Sparky is flying up in the air at the moment. You don't expect to see heavies flying. I mean, that's just one of the things you can expect to not expect in any other version of Team Fortress 2.
I would fear that. I think what any defending team, as you said, there's not a lot of spells available, so what you got to really capitalize on is when your players die on defense, you have to be the first to pick up those crit pumpkins and use those to your advantage. That's the only way you're going to come back from any push. Down below, a heavy fighting off the entire enemy team, a hit with spells, but he lives. This is fantastic.
Yeah, Lotnik is doing just incredible work. I mean, of all the players we've seen so far, I think it's the heavies that have been the most dramatic in this particular form of action. Look, they've been holding off now, this point for so long now, and the crits come out!
Crits again! North America not playing with the spy, but playing with the crits. To try to... Oh no! Benji gets annihilated by the sniper. A fail push after fail push from North America, not really showing their best gameplay right now as EU tries to backcap, but not getting much.
Yep, so much opportunity here to be excellent and to really sort of make a name for yourself in this game. That we're seeing a lot of players that we haven't seen before in the past. There are a lot of like junior players or should be probably better to say less senior players. And so the lack of predictability is doubled for that. Not just are we seeing like plays, like odd plays and spells and different movements, but actually nobody is particularly a known force here.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely have the no names coming in and making big plays that you'd expect from maybe higher level players, but then the presence of spells is just going to make this impossible to predict who's going to have the big plays. Experience doesn't matter when you're going to get hit by a bunch of bats in the face or a heavy's going to fly out of the sky. Like, what do you do with that? Oh, Lotnik finally went down, and now that lower part is open. But Red almost wipes! It's just a scout!
It's like 3 versus 1.
That's a wipe.
Absolute, complete and utter wipe. That there is nothing they can do. The entirety of this otherwise like destroyed blue team are managing to finally get their foot on second point. They're holding out there, and in fact I think they might be pushing forward a little bit if they get the opportunity. Firein, I think, is sat there on the point with the scout on his own or on his toes, throwing those spells up in the air as if to make a huge difference, and it does. It takes down. It was a pretty epic, like, 1v2 battle there on point.
Right. 1v2 with spells.
Yeah.
Meet me in MGE with spells.
MGE with spells, awesome.
Oh, the spells, everyone's flying! Everyone's in the air, and EU is getting annihilated so far, but Lotnik again. He finally goes down. As North America caps hand.
I just want to shout out, I didn't see it with my own eyes. There was a reflect kill in there. Beautiful stuff by Pyros. I love Pyros, if only for that. Well,
now here's a question for you. Can you reflect most of these spells, most of the damaging spells?
I genuinely have no idea.
Crit again! Crits again on the right!
Oh,
he gets a lot there. It looks like we might get a round from North America. There we go.
Finally. and a few cheeky
the
pan
spells
kills
come
in
in.
there as well. That was a really disgracefully aggressive attack there. It's about time that they made some massive action.
Playing on crits over and over again, they finally got through. But as you're saying on the reflex, what I want to see, if it's possible, and I don't know, I want to see your reflex spell kill. And if that's a thing, that's just...
Look, if it's not a thing, it should be a thing. Valve, if you're
Valve,
listening,
get on that. Valve, get on that, please. I want to reflex spells.
For next season's spooky version of Team Fortress 2 competitive, reflecting spells or blowing them, pushing them out of the way, out of the grass, like a cheeky scout that comes in and nicks the med pack. We want to see more interactivity here.
And North America almost wiping on that mid barcode first place, jumping in at the end, just gets shut down.
We absolutely forget that they are a man down. It is 8 versus 9. North America destroying it and capturing that first point with a man down. That's hugely disheartening. I think these EU boys and girls have got to get their shit together, and it looks like they're doing so. They've taken this aggressive push all the way through to the last, and it's North America's time to try and defend the undefendable.
Now let's see how they do it. They're running minis. Oh, the Uber came out. Or is that a spell? Maybe it's a spell.
Must have been a spell.
Must have been a spell.
Uber.
There's the Uber. You can fake people out with it. You could bait an Uber push from the other, or an Uber exchange from the other team.
There's a massive exchange going out in mid, though. Absolutely nothing's determined until the final play goes out and the entirety of the red team destroyed, and no one left to defend it. It looks like EU has managed to get their name on the leaderboard. Right, what can we see now? I see people ignoring the spells inside spawn room. It looks like they're going to do some sneaky action here, following this demo man for this blue team. Seeing what they can achieve, manages to get onto point very quickly and blows, I think, possibly a little fakey Uber there.
Yeah, a little fake. I saw that too, the little
Gummy!
Uber spell.
I've got to jump you, Gummy! Manages to take out the med, fire in. Beautiful sniper shot.
The bomb!
Flying heavy!
I want nothing more than a heavy to bomb. Heavy plus soldier and just jump at the enemy combo. That's what I want to see.
Heavy taking out scouts. That's in the air.
In the air.
This is truly remarkable play here. That this is changing the very face of competitive Team Fortress 2. Far more so than anything we've seen from 7s or 4s or ulti-duos. This is just insanity itself. Oh, I love the screaming and the fortressing!
This is an organized pub, and I love every moment of it. You get all the the spell takes out the medic! You get a med kill with a spell! It's perfect!
Sped kill, spy med down, I need a new phrase for that.
Yeah, how would you say that? Also, flying soldiers? Oh my god. Everything is in the air all the time. You can't tell who it's supposed to be.
Yeah, this is the beautiful sunshine map after dark. In my head canon, this is what sunshine looks like every night.
Oh, I would love that. Oh, I love that so much. I think that's part of my canon too. So now, EU back on its heels, playing last, but they know how to play last. It seems got that heavy, watching the lower part again. Got the gun set up. We'll see if North America can crack the egg once again. But the bite plays. Oh, Dark Fire to catch him.
So sorry, Pizio. Would have been a wonderful opportunity. You really were facing the entirety of the team, unfortunately. As a spy, you don't want to be facing the team. You want to be sticking up behind them.
Right. This might be a pause coming in. So interesting. We've seen it go in North America's favor, and it's just a complete wipe. We've seen it go in EU's favor. It's a complete wipe. There's no even fights in this Scream Fortress environment. It's all or nothing.
Absolutely.
It's kill or be killed. There's no in between. No living to fight another day.
Well, look, we've seen both of these teams get to grips both with the other competitors and the map itself. All of the quirks and the uncanny things that are purely existing within this version of competitive Team Fortress 2. I mean, you don't get crit pumpkins in any other version. You don't get spells. You don't get this ferocity and stupidity and just sheer veracity of intelligent plays that are coming out of the ether in any other play. It is only in Scream Fortress that you're going to see such incredible movements as flying heavy and invisible med, faking Ubers and all the other things. Look, while we've got opportunity, I think we missed it at the beginning. We should probably do a quick rundown of who's actually on these teams. Give them a shout out where opportunity lies. I'm going to hand the baton over to you, to the North American team, since you are, as I'm led to believe, a North American yourself.
I am indeed a North American. So we got, looks like Sapphire, Sky, and Medic. I'm going to go down the leaderboard rather than class order, just to make it easier on myself. So Sapphire Sky is playing Medic, Darkfire on Pyro, Barcode Sports is on Scout, Maze is on Scout, Barcode is on Soldier, but they both have Barcode in their name. I assume that's an organization? Not sure. Looks like we got Brada Sparky on Heavy, Benja on Demo, ZEM on Engineer, and Gummy on Sniper.
Right, I'm going to hand this back to myself now for the EU team. I don't know, I'm going to mix it up a little bit, maybe read from this list or from that list. But as we see it on the screen, Pizio, who I'm reliably informed is like Physio without the is our spy. Spooky Leon, playing a bit of sniper. Firing is the Med Leon. Engineer Lot Nick is playing a heavy. Gotta watch out for those heavies. Collods, yes.
Oh, we just got unpaused.
Pitter and Stars, right, unpausing, back to the action.
Back to the action. No, the spell. Goodbye, Heavy. He's gone. One thing to remark on, we don't see much variation in weapons. This is a very spooky and wacky environment, but we're seeing the meta being run in terms of weapons. You get the crits or the Tomislav, but those are both often found in Highlander. There's no whitelist to my knowledge. Yet we're seeing all the no variation.
Well, so there's a certain expectation. I know that the players themselves aren't necessarily like the highest order.
Flying Medic.
The weirdest calls. But they themselves will be most comfortable with weapons that they play in their normal day-to-day lives anyway. So maybe they've just been like changed by the meta that exists. They're always being influenced.
I thought that was a spy kill on the med, but it was not. I kept waited, give myself a little fright. But yeah, I'm looking for, like, I don't know, a direct hit soldier, maybe Machina sniper, anything to liven it up a bit, give an extra layer of spookiness to this. Med got saw.
Is this not enough for you? Are you not entertained?
I'm entertained, but I want a little bit more out of this. I don't know.
Oh, he's so much like a Team Fortress 2 player. Just give me more, damn it.
Give me more
content.
content.
Another update.
Yes, more content. More spells, more spookiness, more crits.
Right, well, here's an Uber for you being pushed out by the EU team right now. They are going heavy with this Uber, trying to take out the heavy with the Uber and not getting it. The crits come out for the North American team, pushing hard into Leon.
Oh, that med almost died to a spell, it looks like, though, as the EU med did go down. But we got Invisible Demo on point, I believe, or is that... No, it's Invisible Engineer on point, trying to go for Scout. The opportunities for spy plays, or spy-like plays, are endless with your invisibility spells. I want to see more of that.
Yeah, I want to say that I think that when we talked about the Uber being faked, I think those crits were faked. Because I'm looking at Sapphire Sky at the moment, and Sapphire's got like a full 100%. So maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I've been deceived by the entire HUD and the pause and everything else, but look...
Yeah, I just gave myself a reload HUD in console just to make sure. Looks like we're finally going to see North America with 9, so they did get their spy in it. It's Valence is a spooky. It's a spooky spy maybe? Don't know. But yeah, basic hold. I can't say it's a basic hold here, but
basic for this map.
You know, your regular 9v9 experience with this hold. Nothing strange happening here.
Absolutely, classic placement. People are in the same places they're supposed to be, but look, that is dictated to you by the map itself. You can't possibly hold up in the air if you can't get there in the first place. But maybe we'll see someone holding in the air when they're playing their super spell power. and sneaking over fences. But that's something to look forward to in the future. A bit of a Leon versus sniper action there. Not able to really cause any huge actions. Look, both of these teams have a point. It is everything to play for. Neither one of them really wants to be pushing in too hard. Although we're seeing Uber here being pushed up against the red team's medic goes right down with him.
Oh no, North America, come on, you can't let that happen, guys.
Do it!
Rooting for you hard.
Do it, EU! Do it!
No, I feel like we're red men and blue tark battling it out from beyond the grave. North America's so weak. No.
Well, it's not like they can even say they're a man down anymore.
You got a tiny spy, takes out the heavy. Yes! Magnus comes in early. Tiny spy. It's beautiful. He's so scary. He's on top. He's on top. He's gonna get the sniper. No! Oh, the sniper uses an uber charge spell to get out of that. That was genius. Magical.
Absolutely was. I've never seen a spy move like that so rapidly, so beautifully, and so airbornely. It must be like such a strange experience for these players, getting to play like a soldier for the first time.
Exactly. Like I'm waiting for someone to find just a broken clip somewhere on the map where you can just sit up there and just rain hell down from above. You get a spell from some stupid spot and just annihilate everyone. But here comes an Uber. I'm assuming it's a real Uber coming in from EU. Not getting much with the Uber, but they're getting a lot of players. No! No, don't lose your medic. All right.
Pizio going up to the medic at the moment. He's down to 8 health. I don't think he's going to be able to survive that without sort of reliving. And no, he's gone down. So finally, the attack of the EU team. Medic, you're out on your own. What are you doing? You can't possibly survive this.
And Barcode for first place tries to go in to get something and gets absolutely nothing but his own respawn timer. And North America isn't really set up. If EU had gone in early there, it would have been devastating for them. Definitely would have gotten a round end.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look, they've got the advantage at the moment, a fairly massive advantage.
The spell, dragging him back, dragging the heavy back. They get the heavy. That one spell, I think it was from Leon, just took out 2 or 3 people on the left side. Again, if they had pushed, it would have been perfect.
I think we're seeing a push right now, and it's an actual real Uber. Not one of those fake Ubers going up against Med. I don't think they stand a chance.
Come on, NA, you can do it. There's 2 of you left. You can do it. Oh,
no, you cannot. EU manages to take that first map, and that was a pretty spectacular win. I think once that spell by Leon right at the end there, that really destroyed any hope North America had of trying to get anything out of this.
You couldn't do anything to stop that.
That is destroying of the soul. I mean, soul destroying. To go so hard, to have managed to have dominated a team of superior numbers to get the first points and still have the success stolen away from you. And not only that, we're playing on North American soil right now.
Yeah. NA really can't complain about anything right now. It might be annoying for a sniper to take a SVS against a laggy sniper, but you can't complain. You got the higher ping, so I don't know. I'm hoping the North American gang can pick up the slack here on the next map. I don't know what we're going to on the next map, do you? Oh, it's first of 3, I'm being informed, so that was just 1/2 of play.
1/2 of play, so we're going to see more of this map in just a few moments when they finally get themselves sorted out. Wow.
All right. Okay. Looks like North America readied up. What does North America have to do? What does North America have to do on this?
Well, other than win, you mean?
Yeah, other than what? How do they do it?
I think they need to coordinate the spells and the movements. I mean, they've got the understanding of the movement. They've watched enough matches. They realise that, and I'm sure they played that together themselves as well. They've done the practice. They figured out what they need to do in terms of movement. But it's coordinating that with the spells. And we saw in that last round, just to pull it back into perspective again, Leon doing that soul-destroyingly, utterly crushing, massively over-effective spell at the last point just ensure that there was no chance they had of being effective in any kind of defense. And I think that's the difference. It is something that's utterly and completely unique to Scream Fortress competitive. It has got to be the push, the hold, the stance, but all so much more than that, and so much more important than that, is combining it with the spells, combining it with the pickups, and making the best of a weird situation.
See, but the spells, I thought it was really funny when you said, like, synchronize your spells, get those times together. You never know what you're going to get. Life is a book of spells. You never know which page you're going to open to. It looks like we're going to get readied up to, but definitely some luck in getting some good spells, getting some sneaky invisibility or crit pumpkins.
I'm going to watch Bedger for this. I'm going to see what affects this normally very classical maneuver by Benja, by the demo man, in terms of positioning, getting to the point first. Really has any kind of difference. It looks like there's a few pills going off into the background.
Spell early, but it doesn't get anything. No, never mind. It gets the sniper. I was watching the other demo on that, watching Colo, and saw from afar a spell sent out. North America's basically wiped. I guess EU took your advice.
Wow.
Organizes just a pyro. He does get out. That's one hell of a mid-fight.
Absolutely.
There's the name change captured now.
Maybe they were listening. Maybe they've got another screen on listening to the stream. Maybe they've just figured it out for themselves. But these spells are game changers in and of themselves. There is nothing you can do against a well-timed spell.
Absolutely
is what
not.
my mother used to say. I don't know. She's not a witch or anything. She's a wonderful person. I don't know why we get my mother into this at all. Anyway.
I'm seeing in chat, kill binding for spells. Maybe that's a strategy. Kill binding and getting a good spell out of it. I guess a spell gets dropped and then you have the opportunity to go in on a push, so it might be a worthy sacrifice just to lose a engineer or something on a last push to try to get a spooky spell into the mix.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is the grand final. These players have had a chance to experience not only this map, but also this competitive style before. If that is a strat that is working, there is no reason whatsoever why both teams shouldn't have come to the same conclusions and utilized it themselves.
Yeah, looks like North America's getting a little aggressive. Full Uber here. They might be thinking it's time to push out. Looks like they're starting to. I want to see some spells, though. Where are my spells?
Where are your spells? Where are the spells?
Where are the North American spells?
Look,
I'm seeing a good number from EU, but NA's got to pick up the pace.
There are a couple of men down at the moment. They had taken out Pizio. I think Pizio is still lying about 6 feet under at the moment, so nothing to worry about on that one.
Pyro forced an Uber with a spell. That was your choices are pop or drop when a pyro walks at you and throws a fireball at your face. So I mean, I agree with the decision.
That's a moving violation, and oh my OMFG barbecue while running. Yeah, got all of the power that time. Valence, I'm watching Valence. Valence is going to pull something out for us. It's going to be absolutely amazing. He's going to bow all of our minds.
Oh,
Valence.
He gets the spinny. He gets the mini, and he's going to die. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, he gave a spell to the other team. Might not have been best play.
Yeah,
that's another part of this. You gotta be careful of what. No, don't you dare. Okay. Darkfire protecting his med. I was watching the other spike go in. I was being defensive of my North American roots. Yeah, my comrades. Looks like. A spell traded either side. There we go.
So I'm thinking now, looking at this EU team, they're sat on this second point. They're doing the dancing around thing that you always do when you're not sure whether or not Spy is going to come around the corner, or even for that matter, like an invisible heavy, because you just can't tell.
That would be fun.
Yeah, that would be insane. Invisible jumping heavy from the netherworlds, but they're doing the thing that means that they're going to be ready to push in, not only with 100% Uber, but potentially with a whole bunch of spells. They surely have them right now, but they're being pushed back.
Oh, here's the Uber. Here's the Uber. No, the med might. Don't you dare die. I forbid you from dying. It's illegal. Fantastic. Oh no, the spy's gonna try to make a play on the heavy. Oh, good ears. Good ears. And he gets the crits and the spell from it. Very nice.
Kuba cannot be counted out, though. Kuba is going to make a play for his own sake. What is going to be played out here? Nothing. I think they're going to do the honourable thing and fall back to second, but are the North Americans going to be able to make use of this lull in the narrative.
Oh, we got a tiny scout. Didn't get much from it. Never mind.
Is it a tiny scout, or is it a tiny other player doing a thing, a scout?
I think it might have just been a regular scout, actually.
Just a normal, medium-sized scout.
Sentry. He looked small. Is he hunting the spy? Oh, the spy might go for a play here. But, I didn't see EU lose its med. That's, I don't know why North America didn't push off that.
Yep. I don't know whether that was a drop. That was a huge opportunity there, wasted in terms of pushing in. Looks like an Uber's come out there. Valence, finally.
Oh, the invisible medic! Can you heal while invisible?
Spy is doing a bit of a backhand here on his own. There's no one defending with him. No. This is it. Spy manages to get a backpack. Backhand.
America, why? You gotta watch your ass, guys.
Sneaky Physio. Beautiful work there.
Well,
that is the soul destruction that this map was designed for.
Exactly.
So much effort went into that.
That is a flying man. Who was that? That was, I guess...
Peter, I think, was
he's
super
in the air! He's going deep! He didn't get anything from it.
It doesn't matter, though. When you're that high in the air, you want to be experiencing and enjoying the thrill of the ride just for its own sake.
Looks like, though,
North America?
I don't know.
What's going on now? Is that the thing where you only get one more point, you only need one more point to win a thing? Have we seen a map fall, or are they pushing against?
Is that map is the question now? Looks... Yeah, I think that was map. Map question mark with a spell next to it, just to be extra spooky. But I think so. So we'll see next map coming in.
Apologies for not being appropriately enjoyable. I think I was pretty hyped for that. I think I enjoyed that. Did you not enjoy that, Pizio?
I was entertained by the end.
Excellent.
So
look, we're going to see at least one more map out of these guys. There is more stupidity, anger, and frustration to be experienced by all of us in our own unique little ways.
Absolutely. So here we go, getting the map change in America. You gotta pick up the slack. I don't know if it's worth looking at logs after that.
Look, unless there are logs that show the spell usage, I think really that we might just be able to see something incredible in these logs. Then.
All right. Looks like May's top DPMing on Scout, with a lot of spells doing a lot of damage. Although to be fair, no, he did 5,000 damage with the Scouter gun. So I want to see who's doing the most with the spells, though.
Yeah, I think I'm really surprised to see someone like Leon playing as, well, not playing as engineer, but being on top of that leaderboard, doing insane amounts of damage. In any kind of 5CP, it's very difficult as an engineer to really get your sentry gun out there and be effective. The only chance you really get is when you're defending. And admittedly, the blue team, the Europeans, were defending quite heavily, certainly at the beginning of that. Yep, I think there's a lot of changes there. Part of me was expecting to see the meds get massive amounts of damage for some ridiculous spell.
Right.
It's the only opportunity that will ever happen.
What I find interesting is, although North America did end up losing that, they outfragged you by just one. They outfragged technically, but it was only by one. Just that sneaky little back cap coming in and changing the game. I'm not salty at all, I swear.
Well, I mean, looking at things like KDR, for example, Duckfire, really, really doing exceptionally well there. I remember seeing, after the pause, that the Pyros were kind of running around in T-mode format, the one that you get when you haven't died yet, for just the longest time. I think that there's, the ability to play within this map, within these rule sets that benefit the way that you normally play anyway, is something that is peculiar to Pyros. They still have that weird ass defense mechanism where they can blow people away.
Right.
but you can combine it with ridiculous offense capabilities that you get from spells. Again, through movement as well is massively increased. And if you've got a team that is constantly being fractured in a way that is like unpredictable and unusual, then being able to sort of combine the medic and the pyro together just provides a sense of rigidity, a defense against the fragility of life itself.
Absolutely. I'm bantering a bit with some of the North American players as we're outside of combat at the moment, and I'm asking them to maybe switch up some of the weapons. I want to see some changes there, get something extra spooky.
Oh, I don't know. You're playing with fire right there. That's...
I am playing with fire. I want to see fire. I want to see engineers running short circuit. Here's a question: does short circuit destroy spells?
I don't think anything destroys spells. You're going to get hit by a spell, you're going to get hit by a spell.
All right.
The best defense against a spell is to not be there.
Hit the person with the spell first.
That's right.
Yeah. That's your only hope. We do have 18 in server at the moment, and this is Man Manor. Man Manor is an attack defend map. Now, I'm not sure on this. Do we get Halloween bosses?
I hadn't even thought of that.
Do we get to see? We do is what I'm hearing. So we get to see the Headless Horseman, who does not have his horse.
Yeah, and
he's going to come for you, and it will kill you.
But look. If you're, I mean, I know that you played this map in pub. I know that like there are various strats people use in pub if they're trying to attack. If they're actually trying to play as opposed to just kind of running around like a headless horseman. Anyway, but
yeah.
you can get that stab in or get that whack in and then run away and then have the entirety of the other team just running away against like the big boss. Right. You carry on and do your own thing. And like having that level of just ridiculousness, it adds like another level of or another layer of the complexity, the stupidity of this particular version of Team Fortress 2. It is going to be mad beyond mad.
That it will be. Get some insanity playlist coming in from this. I'm thinking in my head, what about like, I don't know, a demo night charge again, just tag someone once and then a bigger demo night comes out and says, "This is my house, go away," and kills everyone.
Tell you what I'm looking forward to is demo men hiding stickies inside pumpkins or behind pumpkins.
Ooh, I hadn't thought of that.
That is a remote bomb. Exactly. You can do so much destruction.
That would kill everything.
IEDs. That's what this game is.
IEDs. America's getting scared by that thought.
Oh boy.
Sorry, I had to. Anyways, looks like we're getting readied up here, and we'll be America starting on defense. I don't know. What are you expecting? A lot of death in spawn to get those spells, so EU does know the strats, it seems.
Yep, absolutely.
Is North America sharing that brilliant play? You can just see the kill feed is player after player. Not this spell, I want this spell.
It's the first time I've seen Engineer off himself from, not for the metal, but for the spell.
Speaking of metal, just looking at blue spawn, it's everywhere. You have weapons and ammo packs. No, the spell got stuck in the rafters. They can't get it.
No!
The Scott's trying and he can't. Oh,
lost forever, for all time.
That's so sad.
And I think as well that they're doing it not just to do the whole kind of like let's get spell, but let's get good spells. Good spells,
right. They're putting a lot of thought into it, and I hope to see something similar from the North American squad when they have the opportunity to attack.
But look, there's so much setup time as well. Like there's oodles of it. They could have easily done the whole kind of let's kill ourselves and spawn for like 5 minutes, and then still
look at this defense. The defense is barely there. You got a level 1 gun next to a brass beast. They're just giving grounds. Oh, Heavy's walking up on the flank. That's by my. Is he going to go for the demo now?
An amazing shot on that sniper though. Gumi as one to watch out for. You look, snipers can do incredible damage at long range. A bit of a pumpkin attack as well.
Here comes the spy.
Is being pulled
Here
out.
comes the blue spy. Is he going to get anyone? Oh no, the pyro got him away. Oh, brilliant play. And here comes an Uber exchange.
Of Ubers, they have been long time being played out here. The heavy
Cuba had an Uber spell. I thought he was going to go in and keep going with it. Yeah, the Uber faded and he popped when I was expecting him to keep going. But North America basically gets wiped there, which has become an unfortunate trend as the medic is just tiny and sprinting on out of there, getting to a soldier. Jumping around like a little fly.
I could see a pumpkin flying around. That was insane.
Right. A pumpkin with a cape.
Beautiful.
And it looks like some spells are gonna keep back that red soldier. Oh, the spy's going in. Is Physio gonna get anything? Is that what
Physio? I'm gonna go with Physio. Manages to get Benja. Physio is super effective right now. It's gonna turn around. I think it's gonna go in against this med. The Pyro spots him, takes him down. That was a
fast cap. That was a fast first cap, and Blue's just gonna walk over the rock here and walk right at the combo and get the med immediately. No, the spells everywhere.
The spells. Oh, the spells.
The brass beast heavy. Oh, the crits from the demo. So much damage. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
I'm going to say, like, playing this map in just general pub, which is realistically the only opportunity most of us have a chance to play it in some sort of semi-skillful way. Getting second points is either a complete given, like, it's just give it over, and last comes the hardest thing in the world.
Is that a real Uber? I think it's a real Uber.
It's a real Uber, okay. Colazzi's making efficient use of this Uber. Takes down Sapphire Sky and a few others. Valence is trying level best to defend that second point. And realistically, like, the entire blue team seems to have forgotten about the second point. Couple of feet on it right now, trying to take it as best they can. But red team are not prepared to let it go yet.
He has a teleporter behind! No! North America's screwed! No, they get the... So, in my opinion, you control upper, you control the map. Is that an invisible heavy going in on the sniper? It is, and he gets him! Spy plays, here comes the horseman. Can I spec the horseman? Oh, I don't think I can. I can watch Snaz, who's being chased by the horseman, and will get taken out. Who's he going for next? It looks like he's by second point right now. Going around, he's chasing the medic! He's chasing the medic! This could be North America's big play!
Don't let your medic down! He's ignored him. How did that even happen? I didn't even know that was a possibility.
But now he's going for the NG. No, not the NG. Who's he going for? Make up your mind, man of the house, please.
I don't even understand, like, the logic, the AI that goes behind this. I don't know whether they've tricked the game or broken it somehow. But this headless horseman seems to be ravaging around. Possibly even going. I mean, Physio's taken out at the moment.
North Americans defending the point. There's a medic on the. Kill him.
There's nothing they can do. There was nothing they could do. This insane headless horseman is going wherever he damn well pleases. He is not going to take prisoners.
Oh no, he's going to get that sniper.
Out. There's only two players left. He's ignored the sniper. He's going up
against the scout. The scout's on point.
EU players can do nothing right now.
Oh no, that sniper Gummy just got taken out. Got scared and then
the headless horseman is his own team.
Don't get the medic. He's going for the. Oh, he's going for the engineer. He gets the engine. Oh, please go for EU players.
It's almost out of bullets. This is ridiculous. Now
go for
is the right time,
players,
EU.
Please.
Push in while you can't do. While nothing can be done to protect you from this horseless headless horseman.
Game rigged. Horseman is an EU fan.
I want to say that's true, but I'm looking at the point right now, and there is no blueness on this point. I think the EU team is in hiding right now and just waiting.
Oh, the spell might get the medic. It might. Oh, that was huge. Brada with a huge spell in upper. Oh Whoa. My God.
We just got the wrong thing. That was extraordinary.
Brada with the biggest play of the game at top of the scoreboard, heavy with the big spell. I love it. Oh, now the horse is coming. Now the headless horseman's coming up.
The horse
is seeking revenge. No, he's going for the sniper. Not the sniper. Who's he going for?
Who can tell at this point? Look, I want to get back to the action of these players. Them doing the things, and us watching and observing and being delighted by them. They are the real players. They're the real people doing the work right now. This headless horseman is a distraction.
It's a distraction to fear, though, as Blue does take ground in upper. And it looks like the spy comes in trying to make a play. No, the spell gets everything. No, not again.
Going in with such a dynamic
now there's
spell.
players on point.
Massive.
Oh my gosh, that one spell. What is that spell called? The one that gives you an orb of lightning.
Butt rush. I don't know. That is extreme destruction right there. There is nothing you can do against that spell.
You can't do anything.
Okay, all right, okay. It's changed over. This North American team is actually
They're not sacking for spells. Sack for spells.
Sack for spells. Maybe if we scream it in chat, they'll realize what's going on. Okay, there we go. There we see it. Finally. Cell sack has begun.
This is what we've come to. Dying spawn for books on the ground.
I don't know. That's kind of how I imagined I would go out.
No, that's fair. My life is with a book. I'll do it. As long as it's a good book. If it's a good read, it's worth it.
As long as it doesn't get stuck in the rafters.
Right, that too. At that point, it's skill though. It's like throwing a sandwich onto the rafters in setup time. It's just a little something to distract you, I suppose.
It's like
Here we go.
It's like keeping a good beer in your beard. You know, it's there when you need it.
All right, here we go. Getting back at it. Looks like EU's taking a slightly more aggressive hold, but Combo's staying in the same spot. And the horse is back, or the horseman's back.
How? Surely
it's RNG, my dude. It's coming for you. RNG is
this horseman is going to be massively destructive, particularly at the moment where it's only the red team that is kind of hanging around in the outside world.
Right. Is it going for the engineer? No, it's going for a sniper. Yeah, sniper. We'll see what devastation it's able to unleash as Blue's now pushing in slightly different, going into house first and taking out Lotnik early. But the spy going in, trying to get something, unable to. Or was that the NG? I thought it was the spy based on positioning, but no. Oh, the spell! The spell again, the lightning spell! Oh no, the charges popped!
Miles into the air! I'm not sure that he's going to survive that drop!
That medic deserves a freaking... Oh, I don't know, everything, but that's almost a wipe now.
It's almost certainly going to be awarded to that medic. Look,
play
survive
of the
this.
game. Who's the horse going for?
Okay, the headless horseless horseman is running around the back.
Going in the backfield. Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it. Is he good? Is the heavy? No, it's the sniper. The sniper is his chosen prey.
The weirdest cast I've ever done in my life. Putting it out there.
Absolutely. Some crits from the scout. A random crits enabled. Just the pumpkins.
Obviously not. I mean, how could you call yourself a competitive player with random crits enabled?
Well, the crit pumpkins are enough. It looks like EU made a last-second stand on first point there, but didn't get anything except their demo and pyro kill. The horseman went in and got the demo. He got a North American demo. Who's he going for now?
Such destruction being
he's taking out the place of the spells. Captured with big spell, and red is 2 up. It's just a weak scout, and the horseman's defeated.
I will say this: like they've got to cap the point. They've got to get some time on this clock. They've got to get the timer going back for them. But while they're out there, they need to start destroying this horseless, headless horseman, because if he's still in effect on this last push, then everything, all of the planning is out the window.
I think North America needs to be stacking that cap a little bit more right now. They don't have their scout on it. It's just an engineer. You got 3 minutes left, and this last push can be difficult if the horseman gets in the way. But big fight in the I don't even know what to call. What are callouts on this map? Heavy goes down. Living room. Attic? I guess it's living room and attic. We'll go with that. Big fight in living room right now. Never thought I'd say that on cast.
Yeah.
Oh, the heavy gets annihilated by a fireball. Oh, the seconds and capped. Scout went for a play. Captured, now fighting in there. Cap your objectives, please, North America. Oh, Darkfire finally able to get the cap in just a moment. But now EU's taken back.
A moment. I think he ran up the point without realizing he hadn't quite capped it that time. Yep, finally they've managed to get the capture in. They've only got a few minutes left in order to capture this last point, though. Seeing a couple of stickies on the ground, trying to go up through living room, as it's recently been named.
The invisible heavy! Invisible heavy! Please get the medic! Please get the medic! Yes! Yes! Go America! You son of a bitch! I love you! Uber comes in! Yes! Go USA! Oh, the spells too! It's gonna get the soldier and maybe the Engie. Yes, it does. It's beautiful.
Can't count out Bizio. Bizio gets in there, takes out the mid.
But captures on the point, and the demo's gonna be weak. You're just 2 up. No, don't you dare die.
Bizio,
please
take out that point. Those amazingly superior effectiveness. Although captured, gets out of Uber.
Kill the medic.
And goes up against the medic and can't survive on his own.
He dies. He says WTF in chat. The invisible sniper gets the heavy. It's beautiful.
Cap the point. Takes down the sniper.
Please, arc fire.
There is so much fire on this point right now. There is no chance whatsoever for this North American team to get on there. They see the victory.
I believe.
But can they claim it for themselves? Zeb is so close, almost falls down the hole, but manages to get taken out as well. There's everybody throwing themselves on this point right now. They really want to be able to do the ultimate and own this machine, own this map for themselves, not being taken out by a very aggressive attack.
All of the
spells being thrown right at this team.
You see Huntsman Sniper right now on defense. That invisible Huntsman play, that was legendary, will not lie. The Uber comes out for defense. No! Please, Darkfire, do your job. I believe in you. The reflex!
Absolutely astounding plays here by this North American team. They definitely want to get it. They are fighting for their lives.
Where's the horseman when you need it?
To pull something out of their bag of tricks. There's only a few seconds left required in order to ensure EU victory. Just putting it out there. EU is so strong right now.
The spell, please, anything. I beg. No, the Pyroblaze. No.
There he goes. There he goes. That was just 1 round. All of that joy for just 1 round. So much more. Look, I think that was tight. That was weird, but it was tight.
That was very tight. The horseman coming in, or horseless.
Headless, horseless horseman. That's the one.
The Axeman. Axeman made a big difference for North America's defense there. I'm not making excuses. I'm just analyzing. I think that definitely had a big play in it not being present on the North American push.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Them a bit.
I will give you that. I think that the HHH is just such an unpredictable. We talked about it in the last map how having all of these spells and crit pumpkins make such a remarkable difference to the gameplay and the weirdness of the use of weapons and on all the other things that are otherwise just 100% controlled in most gaming environments. But that horseless, headless horseman is just the RNG gods smiling or shitting on your dreams. And there is nothing you can do about it. You can be effective. You can try and whack an enemy player and get the heat off you and onto the enemy team. But realistically, you are at the whim of the gods of gameplay to decide whether or not you are going to win.
Yeah, it looks like, are people leaving now? Was that... I'm going to... Hold up. I'm going to inform the North American buddies that it's not over. It's
a best of 3, I think, on each one of these maps.
Is it?
Yep. Yeah, it's a BO3. North America, you've given up too soon.
You've given up.
I don't know if that's a North American trait. Is that something I should be worried about?
Oh, come on, don't go that far.
No, okay, all right, fair enough. I'm backing away from that statement. I do not hold to that statement at all. Look, we're going to see at least a little bit more action by both of these teams right now. And North America, they put up a solid fight, a solid attack, and a reasonable defense. I think you're right. I think a bit of the RNG gods smiling in their favor might be enough to turn this around for them. And if they get the next map, or if they get the next point, then things are still available for them. They might have a chance of coming first in this insane battle. Battle of the weirdness.
Yes, exactly. Battle of the weirdness. I'm communicating with the few North American players I know on this team.
Speaking with
trying to bring them back in, give it another go. As it is best of 3. We do have some logs to look at if you want to get started on that.
I've just clicked on the wrong link and gone to a list of magic spells. perhaps we can figure out which one is the butt breaker spell that rips people apart and knocks them into the distance. Maybe not. Right, maybe chat can help us out. As we wait and see whether these North Americans can get themselves back into this gameplay action. Up till now, though, we've seen some extraordinary plays and just things that I'm gonna watch this stream back later and see if I can make heads or tails of what's going on, because live in person, it's just a stream of consciousness. There is nothing else to say about what's going on right now with all of these players just pulling ridiculous plays out. The fake Ubers, the fake crits, the miniaturization, the ability to jump so high in the air as if you could fly. It changes the nature of the map and puts this game into a place that I don't think we've ever seen it before. Certainly not in the competitive sphere. It is strange and beautiful.
Strange and beautiful is probably the best description you're going to get out of it. I'm seeing, again, 77 kills either side, so it's not a problem of getting the frags, it's a problem of playing the objective, and North America just got to pick that up, get your butt on the point, get some spooky spells going at the right time, get the right spells at the right time.
Yeah, I think that I'm not sure that what we saw by the Europeans was reflected by the North Americans. Certainly when it came to trying to push out, the EU were very pleased to be grabbing spell after spell after spell and cycling through until they got the right ones, and then learning how to utilize them in a super effective, competitively advantage. The spells that are going to be great for defense, like the pumpkins that you can spread around and just create these artificial areas of death and destruction. But the ones that are going to be super effective for pushes are going to be the ones that push the enemy back, the ones that displace them from a particular area, the ones that rained death from above. Those are the things that allow you to control areas and to make a difference that isn't afforded to you generally in the normal game experience itself. Look, while we're waiting for these North Americans to get themselves sorted out, get their lives sorted out and come back into the server, we have a special guest with us right now, a person who goes by the name of Upgrade, who is responsible for bringing the competitive scene to Screamfortress, or Screamfortress to the competitive scene. Upgrade, welcome to the stream.
Hello.
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 I don't know what else you want me to say. I've just been watching and I've just been like, oh my god, what have I done?
What have you done?
All of the bad things.
You've created a monster. I guess this is Upgrade's monster rather than Frankenstein's monster.
Indeed. The Upgrade, has this been what you expected it to be? Did you imagine there would be this much unpredictable carnage?
Well, as far as in terms of manner, I was expecting something a bit like that. But as far as the rest of the maps, where I didn't even realize they were suiciding for spells, so that just completely threw me off the hook.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's a big brand play right there.
Absolutely.
That's like an invite Screamfortress team's decision right there to sacrifice for spells and cycle through to get ones. But you got your premier Screamfortress players right here.
Yeah, extraordinary meta, and glad to see that there is their own bizarre, divisive version of meta that it's only going to work with this particular play style and this particular competitive. What are you expecting players to come out of this with, though? I mean, because clearly the love of the game has got to be deep rooted in this in the first place in order to take this up. What are you hoping that these players are going to walk away with?
Just enjoyment of the game and for what it is. That's as simple as it is. There's no other way to explain it other than that, and that's also the reason why I do this. I just hope people realize and take this for what it is, just something fun to have fun with and not take too seriously.
Well, that's a very admirable and honorable reason to be doing this, and thank you for doing it. Any TF2 content and community work is definitely beneficial to the game as a whole, so I love watching Screamfortress, and it's great to be casting this. Great to be seeing a new meta made. I hadn't even thought of doing the sacks for spells and spawn. I feel like that might be something you see in pubs now after this cast.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to change the very face
We're changing TF2 right here.
You experienced it here first. Upgrade, I want to talk to you about the charity that we're doing this, or that you've been doing this in aid of, WWP?
Yeah, the Wounded Warrior Projects. It's something like I believe in, and I've been our had family been a recipient of it, so it means a lot to me.
So what is the nature of this charity? It's something for people of action?
So, in terms of in the NA, people who serve in the military, they aren't always receiving the best of care. And what this charity works to do is provide some of the care that the government lacks to provide them. And it's just something the family members who have been in the service of mine have received, and it's just something that it's just so needed, and it's just unaware because some of our vets don't actually get the care that they properly deserve after being served, and they just get kind of pushed to the side.
Yeah. Okay, so I know that there's a donation incentive for those who want to give some money towards this. And I think if you type in !donate in chat at the moment, then you have an opportunity to go to the right place to give the monies up. But there's I think what's the rule surrounding the item that's going to be raffled up?
So we all know. Oh, I apologize about that. So we all know that Valve kind of did a little ban on the medals. We decided that that wasn't going to really stop us. So I've been working with someone to have some medals 3D printed and made, and I'm going to be shipping them out as soon as basically this weekend, since the finals have been played. And what the winner of the charity will get is they will get a set of the medals sent to them.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, a quick shout out to Yachts, who I think is the person responsible for creating those medals. I've seen them. Yachts. I've seen pictures of them. That was a lot of work that was involved in they're all individually, uniquely created. So none of these two medals are going to be exactly the same.
Exactly. And they all have a different float in terms of the skin.
Yeah, absolutely incredible stuff. And I think it sort of sets us up for you kind of set the bar in terms of what to do when Valve doesn't give you the things that you kind of take for granted in terms of medals, in terms of support. So, well done for having that initiative, and well done for creating such a beautiful thing. And I guess thank you for supporting WWP, the Wounded Warrior Project. Look, I think we've got a GG experience. I think the North Americans have decided that the EU is the superior force.
I'm not sure about that.
I don't know. I think that was fairly decisive, and I think we have had to. They've had to back away from the conflict in terms of realizing that they cannot beat these EU gods. And yeah, so is GG was that called?
I honestly don't know. We're kind of confused about whether we're playing a second half or not. Our team doesn't really know what's happening.
Okay, well, so I think for the time being, until that's resolved, we're lucky enough to have with us Maze, who belonged to that voice, or that voice belonged to. From the team otherwise known as Happy Farmers Cooperative. Is that correct? You're playing for the Scouts on that team, the North Americans?
Yes.
How has the experience been so far?
Oh, it's been really fun. It's really a cool experience to play with the Halloween mode enabled on Halloween maps. It's a lot of fun. It's a really cool spin on your normal Highlander. Yeah, it's been a pretty great experience so far.
I know that there was a limitation in terms of the skill level that prevented very high tier Highlander players from competing in this. Could you give us an example of sort of what level of Highlander experience have you had up to this point?
So probably way back in the day, UGC season 19, I was a Pyro main, but I haven't played Highlander in a long time. Since then, I played Pyro and Gold. So that's the extent of my experience, but there's varying experience among the teammates.
Yeah, okay, cool. But But I mean, I've been sort of challenging Godfather, who is in streaming cast with me at the moment. And I mean, obviously, I've been calling out the beautiful EU plays. What were the beautiful North American plays that we might not necessarily have seen or witnessed for our own eyes or remembered? What was your best moments?
I'd probably have to say the team's best moment was like probably at the end of this last round that we played. We just couldn't get on the point, but our soldier got a crit pumpkin and like killed like 4 other players. So I'd probably say that was a highlight. It was a really good play.
Yeah, we saw some amazable, invisible plays as well, and tiny scouts and floating heavies. And that was beautiful for me. I think Godfather, do you want to say anything to Maze before we let him back in?
I'm relying on you, bro. Come on, North America, gotta pick it up, man. I'm sitting
we're
here,
doing our best.
Got EU casters telling me that EU's better. Come on,
Obviously
man.
It is.
Bring it
Obviously
home
it
for
is.
good old USA.
All right, well, that's enough pep talk. Mace, get back out there. We are going to see at least one more game. I think the North American team has returned to fight another day. It's a bit of a peculiar map, a peculiar experience for all of us right now, and this is perhaps the most peculiar thing. We GGs were not called, apparently. This
GG's
is
taken back. America's back.
Rescind is GG's.
Yes.
I want to say that's a tactic that North America have chosen to utilize because their gameplay is just not hot enough.
Oh, I disagree. I think there was miscommunication, and people are out here to play and to win, and they're now realizing they have the opportunity, so they're going to come back in and see if they can get it done. And I'm excited. Get back into it. I don't know.
All right. Well, I don't know.
I've heard that they might ready up 8v9. Is that the situation?
Okay, well, we seem to be shy on a couple of EU players right now, but let's face it, we don't need a full team.
Okay.
Okay, look.
Let's see how it is.
NA, we're gonna like try and like wing this with 8v9 in the beginning, and it showed that like NA just don't have the skills and stuff to pull that off.
NA won the first round 8v9, and then they lost. So I'm not sure if your logic is too sound. But anyways,
when has my logic ever been too sound? I want to put that
fair.
out there.
It is Halloween, so we can't be too logical about this. Gonna get
Absolutely.
a spell in your face if you try to be logical.
And it could be one of the worst spells as well. Look, we're not quite ready at the point where these teams are readying up, so we're seeing a bit of like MGE on this server. It's almost refreshing to see like ordinary MGE. There's almost a feeling of over Halloweened, and we see players experiencing the pumpkin. Have you drowned yourself in candy yet?
I have not. No, I'm gonna wait for a few days on that before I give myself diabetes, like a good American should.
I don't know the candy rules. Is there
candy rules in America?
A cooling off period?
As far as I know, we dress up. We ask people for candy. We get it from them, and then we just eat it forever.
So, like in England, I mean, it's trick or treat, and tricking is definitely a real thing. I mean, this is.
Oh, is it? I would love that.
Yeah, tricking
is.
Oh,
you don't
like,
get that here.
You get egged. You get toilet roll TP'd. You get
British
all sorts
now.
of. I mean, the whole
Dude,
trick or treat thing is a real.
After that.
Absolutely.
You might have converted me to a true Brit after that. Can I just be British for Halloween? Is that okay?
I mean, as long as I can be North American for I don't know, Christmas or whatever you guys celebrate over there, like you get all the good presents. But
we do. Yeah, we go hard on Christmas.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely
true.
Hard on Christmas.
Maybe you can be American for 4th of July.
Oh, you're right.
That's a good time to be American.
I don't know.
Except that you're British, so maybe not.
So maybe not so much. Like that was celebrating escape from Britain. So I don't know.
It was a just escape, you know. I mean, we've strayed a little bit far from TF2. I'm just watching Demoman fly around, and medics now too. So you might die, but it looks like we got America's ready to go. They've readied up.
Yep, we're seeing 9 players on both teams now, so it's only a matter of time before these teams are ready up and get us into the action once again. If you're just joining us now, this is screamfortress.tf. It is the only competitive scene you're ever going to find where spells are as important as kills or plays or tactics or really anything. I don't know, you play World of Warcraft, whatever game has this stupidity within it.
Yeah, this is pretty unique in my understanding of what video games have to offer. It's not very often that you get an old spooky house with a giant axe-wielding man and you can throw fireballs at people. So,
yep.
I don't know, this is a pretty unique take on the video gaming community, if I've ever seen one.
Well, we have already played one map. It was Sunshine. The EU team managed to take that one, so we're map up to the Europeans. Europeans are Fokus squad, a North American team, Happy Farmers Cooperative. It sounds like we are about to go back into this. EU taking the first rounds. It is all to play for here.
America's cycling for their spells, getting the big brain plays. I don't know if they're going to be cycling too hard. I was talking to, again, some of the players from the American side of things, and I believe he's been actually cycled out. We have a new soldier in. It's Bim Bap, rather than captured. And upgrade is the screamfortress.tf, so we got 2 subs in for America.
Is Upgrade allowed to play in his own tournament? This seems weird.
It's rigged. It's rigged, everybody.
It's rigged.
Call the Reddit police. It's rigged. Can't have this. I just saw a good spell get wasted. Whatever.
More time in the ball pit for everybody. I think is a bit of defense going up. There's an engineer building his sentry gun in exactly the same place we've seen it for every single round so far.
Put it by your heavy. Put it by your heavy. Lotnik is in a perfect spot for it. Well, a near perfect spot for a sentry, in my opinion. Okay. And they're just not using it.
Blue team are pushing out of spawn now. They're
into house. They're gonna run into that heavy.
Absolutely. Nobody has interacted at all at any stage yet.
Here's some fighting. A fake Uber comes in, and then a real Uber comes in, but the gun's not going to get taken out, is it? Pyro's walking out a gun.
Of course it is. It's going to be taken out.
The horseman's here! Yes! Come destroy the EU players! I'm so excited for this.
Yep,
Time to die.
It is the classic maneuver. I think the North Americans have pulled an RNG special...
It's a miracle.
It's an RNG miracle for Halloween.
Lotnik's still in that little secret spot. He's going to come in with Tomasov. He's going to look at that sniper. He's right at the medic. No. Oh, he finally goes down, thank God. And the gun's still up.
How can the gun possibly be still up? It's the same place it normally is. It's not a surprise. Sentry gun finally goes.
There.
HHH
EU backed off. He's going. Who's he hunting? He was going for the demo for a moment. Looks like he's still going for him.
There's a few spells being thrown on point there. I don't think it's going to be enough. The HHH is kind of running around and doing his own thing. Maybe
he's confused. Oh, here's the soldier! Yep. Oh, the Uber's force! I thought he was going to get him. Unfortunate there by Bim Bam.
Oh, an Uber has... I think it's an actual natural Uber, followed by a very weird crit, possibly is a pickup of a pumpkin. Brad Sparky is out on his own, trying to attack and or defend that point. My God, it's so confusing. Right, so there's a distraction.
The red demo is tagged. The horseman is going for it. He wants it. Get him! Yes, go horseman! Go America!
The horseman is North American. It's on a North American server. It's fixed. It's completely fixed. What are we supposed to do?
After last round, I'm not sure about that, but it's now onto the blue pyro, so we'll see about that. Anyway, blue still hasn't capped the first point here, as there's a red soldier being sneaky. It's hiding behind. It's just Sapphire on bet. No one's challenging this. Did the spy just... Oh, the spy almost got him. Cap the point.
They haven't actually finished capping the point yet. You're right. There was still...
Huge spell. No, the medic. Watch out. The spy on the point. He's laggy. There we go. He goes down, but the horseman's wanting sniper.
Yep. That's pretty effective in terms of...
No, the horseman is going for all of America.
Hugely destructive.
Why
Stood
are
on
you
the
doing
point,
this to us?
preventing the cap from going through. And
It's rigged.
Still there is more points to be, more people to be destroyed.
It's rigged. Cap the points.
Sentry gun going up against this headless horseman. Headless horseman still lives. They've still not yet quite captured the point.
Finally, the cap's gonna come in. There we go. It only took 3 minutes.
That's a long time. That is probably the longest time we've seen so far.
Yes.
Down goes the horseless headless horseman. That RNG is gone from the equation.
Maze gets the achievement. Sleepy Hollow. Oh, the oops forced by the spell. Or was that just a uber spell? It was an uber spell.
Sentry gun goes down. This is an effective push coming out right now.
Was that a reflect kill? Oh, it was close.
It was a reflect. It wasn't a kill. But it's still beautiful. I still love you, Pyro. I still love you.
Pyro, that was brilliant. Good job, Cuba. But red is weak here, blue is weaker, and they will die. Okay. Never mind. Nice try, America. Better luck next time.
Right.
Scout got good time on the cap, though.
I'm seeing Darkfire sat on the cap at the moment. On his own, though, Falcon gets the heavy. Does not stand a chance, realistically. This heavy is very agile.
Invisible heavy! Invisible heavy! It's Predator! Oh, he's gonna get... His visibility fades, but he's going for the demo. And it gets the gun! Kill the heavy! He gets the heavy! But he dies. That was a great pick play. 22 seconds on that heavy respawn. And medic's forced! Come on, America. I believe in you. Just stop dying to spells.
I don't know, Pizio is there. He's going to go against the medic. Takes him down. Face stab to get the kill, but it still counts. Still super effective. Pizio and Cuba, both between the two of them, doing such destructive damage.
My American bones are hurting every time America gets so close to pushing in, and then it's just... Oh,
this has been a very
you could walk through spells? No, you can't walk through spells. You're dead now.
Was going to say it. I had observed a bit of action by screamfortress.tf, otherwise known as our very good friend Upgrade, was hiding out there on his own, but he gets spotted and pushed back. Does he go back in? He can see the plane. He knows what is expected of him. I don't know whether he's calling.
He might go for the sniper on this. Is he going for the sniper? No, he's gonna get caught. He went for a spell play, and he didn't get it. Oh.
Well, it was a good try, one opportunity to make use of it. Did not get it. I can see like a bunch of spells stacked in a corner right there, but it is a bad place to move into unless you've got something to defend yourself with.
Oh no, Darkfire missed a vampire spell with the bats.
Got knocked so high in the sky that even the ground was against him and did not survive the fall. Here comes Upgrade. Here comes Upgrade.
Fortress, he's in the air! Oh, I thought that air pipe was gonna hit. I was so excited for that.
Upgrade, go and get the sniper.
Oh, Scout chases him down.
By Snaz. Snaz, beautiful.
Invisible Enchi on the heavy. Lotnik ties to the Invisible Enchi. Love it. And the cap's getting close. Oh, tiny sniper on point.
What?
And the spell. Oh, that's painful.
That was ridiculous. That was.
No, the spells.
All the spells.
Darkfire
all the
might time this. Darkfire.
Beautiful death there. That spell was so perfectly timed. Just
EU right here is getting all the spells.
Yeah, they're getting the
EU
spells.
is nailing the spells. I give them credit for their timing of the spells, their usage. If America could do what they're doing, they would have some in the back, but EU's just holding their ground over and over again.
And I don't think they're afraid to use them as well. They're throwing the spells in there. They can afford to be whatever they want to be.
Scout.
Snaz is kind of hanging out behind. Invisible
Scout? You gotta go in earlier than that. Oh, he hesitated. America's hesitating. Gotta go deep.
Go deep and go hard. Don't give anything away. Pizio out there on his own. Survives the burning action, which is quite
soldier
cool.
going in, but he gets knocked back. So many bats being thrown around. Pitter in the air lives. Unfortunate.
This is a really solid defense, though. I mean, this is the kind of thing you expect to see. I don't know this in any kind of action. Like the sight lines have been laid out. One thing that I don't really see people.
And then everything went in the air. That was so sad.
One thing I'm not seeing by these players is the use of there are two different ways of attacking this point. You can go top, you can go bottom. but it seems that they're waiting for that moment when the Uber's available to them. They've got it now. They're pushing it.
They're going for the gun. They get the gun. There's no excuse now. You have to win. Darkfire, please.
You have to push out. Guys, commit to this. Go
Everyone's in the air. The medic's flying. Sapphire's barely going to live. And he goes invisible after that.
Upgrade.
Please, don't let the gun go back up. Oh, that scout just got deleted. It's just so sad.
Destroyed and removed.
I don't think America's going to cap this point. I really don't think it's going to happen. They're going to have one hell of a defense.
They've got close to 2 minutes left to do it in. It can be done. It absolutely can be done. There's nothing to say that it can't. All it takes is one good push. Although that sentry gun is already up to level 3, it's going to be hard work. I mean, this North American team, they've had a couple of changes going into this last round, and not quite got the team set.
Oh, you got a spy and spawn. Upgrade's going for the tele picks. He's distracting the engine. Killfeed is only teleporter sappings. Looks like he finally got it as alright, teleporter's down. People are slow. Come on, America.
I'm seeing some stickies go out on that sentry gun. Is it going to be enough to take it down? I don't think it is. It is! It finally is! There goes the sentry gun, although Engineer is still alive, and he is building like fury right now. I'm not seeing the entire blue team attacking. They should be all with it right now. They keep pushing really hard. Here it comes.
It's on a heavy. The Uber comes back. It's on a spy? Okay. The gun's up again to level 3. Why? Or is it level 2?
This heavy
time on point finally. But they're gonna drop on top. That scout's gonna get in on point. Pyro, deny him. Deny him, Darkfire. You can do it, I believe. Kill Cuba.
Believe all you want.
America can kill
It's not
Cuba.
gonna be enough.
No.
24 seconds. You need to have more than belief in order to take this point.
Castro spites America again.
Oh, look at this upgrade. Takes down the sentry gun, takes down the medic. There's 10 seconds left. People, if you can get out there, if you get your foot on the
Come on, Timpan.
you stand a
Ignore the
chance.
frags. Get the cap, please.
Go for it, everybody. 2 seconds. Get your foot on there. There's an opportunity for overtime. Get out there. Not quite enough. That was a ferocious push.
This is going to have to be one of the best holds of this group of individuals' lives.
They are going to have to hold this first point forever.
America, defend your homelands. Defend the house.
But look, what we've seen up to this point, we haven't seen this situation yet where it is 1 point that needs to be held, that needs to be secured. And every single team up to this point seems to have been like, let's let them have the first. We'll do a bit of squabbling, but the second is going to be much harder to defend, or much harder to take. Let's defend the second. So now this North American team that is a little bit ragtag at the moment, that is a little bit desperate, now they've got to try and do something that will change the very face of this game of Team Fortress 2 forever. They've got to try and hold manna for an infinite amount of time until their very lives and soul and essence burns out. Everything is going to be on this first point, and I think my heart is going to be on this first point with them.
I agree. It's going to be dramatic one way or the other. I think America needs to play around their strong players. At the moment, Brad Sparky, hold it down on heavy. I think you need to work with that. Do damage with him. Get the big plays. No, the horseman spawns! No!
The horseman spawning right now could be quite useful.
It's on the first point, and it's going for... Who's it going for? Oh...
It's going up against this defensive team. That is not good news for this North American team. They need to pull something out.
No, it's hunting the spy now. It's hunting blue spy. Now it's hunting red Zenji. You shouldn't have gotten him. Oh, God. Now it's red scout. They're all dead. It's just the medic.
It's the entire team of the red team.
Flying medics! Please! I believe!
He's used the defense.
No!
Oh, he burns himself out. That was ridiculous.
That was almost the best play I've ever seen in just anything.
Entire team is capping this point. They needed to hold it forever. It looks like they're not going to hold it for a second. Here comes the horseless, headless horseman. He is going hell for leather. Let us never forget the horseless,
Defend the
headless
point.
horseman.
You can do it. Come on, America. Get in. Get in. Stop them. You have to.
All of EU
play the point, Darkfire. You have to play the point.
That was it.
That's
that was the
GG's.
moment. I think
America forgot to play their objective. We should have made the points oil fields. That would have helped.
Look, I can't say this enough, that these teams, both of them, have fought furiously under conditions that almost any other humans in existence would have long since bowed out of. this is not your ordinary, average, random, run-of-the-mill Team Fortress 2. This is Scream Fortress Team Fortress 2.
This is Scream Fortress.
This is insanity. This is desperation. This is...
This is spooky. It's spooky.
It's spooky.
I'm scared. I'm scared of that pumpkin-headed, axe-wielding man of the house. Just terrifying America. One head at a time. But, that was some good play. I don't know. We saw some amazing spells come in. Some flying heavies.
The best thing about Halloween is that it is a celebration. It is a celebration of all things weird and spooky and bizarre. And I think we saw that this time round. We saw it with this event. I hope that Scream Fortress comes back next year. I hope we get to see 2 new exemplary teams, whether they represent EU and NA or whether they represent Asia and Australia.
I want to see Aussies fighting.
I don't know what it is about Aussies. I want to see them compete in everything. But look, this has been an amazing experience for me. Thank you very much for listening. And thank you, Godfather, for being here. It has been a wonderful cast with you.
Absolutely. Don't forget to check out Wounded Warriors Project. It's a great cause. Gotta go check that out. Donate if you can. Thank you for having me. It was a wonderful cast.
Absolutely. Quick shout out to Wiethoofd, who's been doing some incredible stuff in the background and is the reason why we've been able to experience this for ourselves. So a quick shout out to Upgrade for organising screamfortress.tf and all of the players who managed to get themselves out to this spoopy experience. And thank you everyone for watching. My name is Agro and this has been Critscast presenting Team Fortress 2 The Forever Game. Good night, everyone.